Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm super excited to be doing this today. Alright, so if you're just coming, I'm Favor Ura and I'm popularly known as Coach Favorites. Yes, on my bio you get to see the things I love to talk about. But on today's edition, I've gotten a question from someone and the person requested that I talk about how to build good friendship. And however, so many persons agree that I talk on this topic. At first, I was like, are you sure this is something I want to talk about? But I thought about it and I said, okay, I've been a good friend and I have good friends. I've had healthy relationship or healthy friendships with people. And so I will tell you practically what I have been doing. And I would also appreciate you share some of your insight among others. Okay, so let's go. So on this video, I want to tell you that building healthy friendship is not as bad as people would paint it. Okay, because I've seen friendship develop into so many beautiful things. Some of this friendship that started probably when these persons were young, I've grown into becoming a very heady one where these people can become business partners. I've seen friendship where people end up becoming like married partners. I've seen cases where people become, you know, they've gone together in projects, they become global, citizens amongst so many others. So if this is something you want to prepare a part of, please just listen, okay? In maintaining healthy friendship with people, there are quite a number of things that you have to look into in order for your friendship or relationship to become as healthy and as valuable as you want to. So I will tell you that the base of every friendship, of every healthy friendship is communication. But before I elaborate on communication, I want to let you know that you personally that want to be a friend to somebody, that want to build a healthy friendship, you must be a good person. Mm. I know. So when I mean a good person, I mean you must be somebody that is committed to growing, to understanding that people have their flaws, and you're ready to accept it. Whatever flaws they may have, you must be able to understand that not everybody have the same ideology. So if you're quick to paint people as bad or as negative, you would suffer a lot in friendship. Yeah. So for me personally, I'm not so easily judgmental. I understand that people are coming from different family backgrounds and that they have their opinions of what friendship is or should be like, right? So, moving on, in being a good person, you must be ready to continuously develop yourself. You must be ready to learn about yourself. Like, you must know yourself. What are the things you like? What are the things you dislike? Is it just about you, or is it as a result of trauma, or is it coming as a result of what the society has painted? Does it align to the word of God? So as a Christian, I usually do say, if I am saying that I appreciate A, B, or C, does it align with God's word? If I say I love somebody, does it align with God's word? Yes, it does. Because God has asked us to love everybody, that love is of Him, and that we do this love or we spread this love because Christ first loved us. Christ first loved me. Christ first loved you. Okay, so you must understand this. So for me, the next thing I would want you to understand is that you must have your personal principles. I mean, you must have your standards, you must have your values. So when someone who is not bringing in the light comes in, you're able to support the person on. But that doesn't mean you are shoving off the person and saying this person can never be my friend. You should give a stand to understand people from afar. Talking about how to build healthy friendship would want to make me to talk about types of friendship. Okay, so I think maybe this video will have to be divided into bits because today I want to really talk about how to build healthy friendships. So some of the time I'll tell you how the types of friendship, that you need to understand this because this will be quite a number of them. So moving on, having talking about the part of developing yourself, you being a good person, you communicating, you knowing your values, you know your standards. The next thing is that you have to communicate. I've said this earlier. Communication is very key. Yeah, so there's no way you can get to build a healthy friendship with somebody if you and the person or you and the persons, because friendship is not only between one party and one other party. It could be among three persons, it could be among four, five, as the list goes on. But at least it starts with two-person, right? So that's it. So you must be able to communicate with the person or persons as often as you can. I know there are friendship where once in a while you guys call each other and catch up. Yeah, that is a kind of friendship, and you know how to just rapport, how to communicate, and you guys are up to date with whatever you have. But there's some friendship that may demand you talking to the person daily, not necessarily daily, but consistently, just to get prior knowledge. Okay, I'm not talking about dating. I'm talking about building a healthy friendship for whatever purpose, maybe business partnership, it may become maybe you becoming married partners, maybe you just sustaining a friendship that you want to call connection in the future. Okay, so whatever you must have communication consistently with the person to understand the person, and that the person gets to understand you. It is not going to be one-sided. It is going to be, both ways, where everybody is trying, especially the place where you have to be careful is when the friendship is more than is not between or among more than two persons. Like you're not having like three, four persons. You guys must be intentional not to sideline the other person. Okay. But from the question I got, I am sure this person was asking specifically like between one another, like one person and the other party. Do you get? Okay, so communication is very key. The second thing I would love to talk about is that you must be patient. You must be patient and give time to this friendship. Okay, you don't know people overnight. There's so many things that even if you spend 4, 5, 10 years with certain people, there are certain characteristics that may be unveiled over time, and you're like, I thought I knew this person. So guess what? People are changing. We are all growing. We are evolving. So I may tell you that, oh, I do like A, B, or C 2 years ago, and you're coming to me today and I'm giving you a different opinion. So you must be patient to understand that people are growing, people are evolving. So that's why communication is essential. Without communication, every other thing I'll be saying, wouldn't really make sense. Because you may end up just judging the people or misinterpreting or misunderstanding continuously. I'm of this opinion that whenever there's a misunderstanding between you and your friend, you must be ready to give time. It may take you hours. Let me share an example. So recently, a friend of mine, my very good friend, we had some, little stuff here and there. There was a misunderstanding on a concept, and we spent hours. I mean, like good hours that could have been utilized into something. But because I value my friendship with this person, and this person valued our friendship with me, we took our time to, we brought out every part of whatever we were sensing that was going wrong. And I'm talking about a friendship between me and a lady. Okay, so you can imagine if we could spend such time doing this particular thing. Can you imagine how? So we spent hours, and guess what? It didn't just end that day. It came up like two other times, and until we came to a final resolution and proper understanding of where we were missing it. We had our own thoughts. We were wrong. Both parties were wrong. But the beautiful thing about it, we're able to make, we're able to apologize and say, okay, I'm sorry, I'll be doing this, and we are starting back on a very beautiful note. So you see, it's talking about healthy friendship. It could be between a girl, or a lady and a lady, or a woman and a woman, or a guy and a guy, a boy and a boy, and probably a man and a man. You get what I'm saying? This because some persons are much younger, some are very much grown up, some are just in between. You get right? So patience is very key. The third thing I want to talk about is time. There is no way you can communicate or when you don't give in time, no matter how little it may be, but you are communicating as often as you would want to. Time is crucial. Time is a resource that is indispensable, that is very much valuable, and you can buy it. As I'm doing this video right now, I can't take back this time. Time is clicking, right? But I just have to do it. I have to give it. I have to come talk to you guys in the same way. You have to give time to your friendship. You have to give, as much of the time that you can. Both parties must be ready to sacrifice. And when one person is feeling sidelined, you can do what to speak up, right? You must do what to speak up. It's not going to be an easy one, but definitely trust me, you can do it. Okay, the first three things I said are the basics. The next things I'm going to be talking about are what you'll be using to lay up your friendship. or building that healthy friendship. I decided to call it healthy friendship because I made my research and I realized that there's some friendship talks on YouTube that some has been toxic. They're telling you, oh, if one person is not giving you the energy you want, please go away, do this, do this, do that. And I'm like, are you serious? So that is why everything goes back to you. You must be a good person. Because if you listen to social media to want to go about all of these things, you may miss it along the way and you will lose valuable friendship because you're always checking the internet or asking. Yes, it's good to ask people of their opinion or why someone, but I personally, what I usually do based on the head of friendship I'm talking about, I usually ask these people why are they behaving, why, the particular way or acting that way, or probably they did a reaction, and I ask them specifically, why did you do this particular thing? I don't go to say, oh, this is what they've always said. So all of them are like this. Oh, they said this about girls. Girls are gossip. So we are like this. Or they say guys is calm. And I'm not of those opinions. Okay, so that's the reason why you must be very careful, of being a good person, of building a healthy friendship. Because if you can follow communication, patience, committing time, I think you will get to understand that really humans differ based on our backgrounds, based on values, based on societal talk, based on cultural background also, and so many other factors will be contributing. Okay, so in building healthy friendship, you must. I want to talk about this part. It's crucial. It's gifting. Yeah, gifting may come in different ways. It may come in presents, like probably in birthdays, but um gifting could also be you trying. I call this also support. You supporting your friends in the very little things they do or the big things they do. Okay, the very little things count. They are important. You may not have money to give to that friend at the time, but you shouldn't keep at maybe not improving your relationship or friendship with the person. You must over time begin to think, oh, how can I be supportive? It could be head time, it could be data, it could be anything. Just those little things can't, okay? They are so much valuable. If you can instill them, you will appreciate your friendship. In fact, it's these little things that I talk about, I give, they are seen them skyrocket relationship. I've seen them build relationships. I've seen them, enhance relationships, enhance friendship in a very beautiful note. And there's one thing, let me talk to my ladies. If you're a girlie, please come closer. Let me assume you are having a friendship with the opposite sex, like I mean a male, or probably a guy having with a female. You understand what I'm saying? There's this ideology from ladies that you must, not gift first. My goodness. Please come closer. That's why I say being a good person, if you have no negative intention, if you have no, you know, thing down there that, oh, if he's not doing, you just have to do away with certain things. But I'm not saying that if the person continues, whether a male or female, is not reciprocating your energy. You have to look into it too. But you see, my kind of person, I don't know if you are my kind, but I would tell the person, I may not talk about gifting. Oh, I gifted you, you didn't gift me. No, no, no. There are some things that you just do. We don't bless people or give to people because we want them to give to us. But there are little things like, oh, the person is not communicating effectively. You can talk about that. You can address that. The person is not giving you enough time. You can talk about that. The person is not listening. He's not giving you attention because communication involves somebody talking and the other person listening and giving a response or a feedback that he or she got you, that he or she understood you. So if the person doesn't give you the feedbacks continuously, then something is wrong. Or probably you're always piling up things to discuss about. When are you going to discuss it if you can just, so you have to be open hearted to do all of these things. So going back to gifting, do well to gift because like I said, it can take your friendship right now from a 30 to a 65. Yes, that little art, oh my goodness, it does wonders. It does wonders. And then if you're losing out on somebody already and you're like, oh, me and this person don't get communicate as often as we used to, you must get to understand that people get busy with their lives. Mm, so that's the reason why um this is a bluff. Okay, this is my personal opinion. I feel like sometimes there's some relationship or friendship that have to be known or intentional. I'm not talking about those your friends you had when you were in childhood. Don't go and start meeting them and say, are you sure we are friends? No, those things are already established. The fact that you grew up together, there's just knowing that, oh, I know this person knows me. But as I became older, I began to understand that you don't just assume things, right? You must be able to define what kind of relationship. Remember that friendship is a kind of relationship that you are in with somebody. There's some persons that I've heard people say you friend zone the person that is supposed to be your business buddy, right? Some persons have even friend zone those that are supposed to be their marriage partners or whatsoever. These things happen. Why? Because there was no communication. They didn't ask questions. Questions, communication is a lot. In fact, this is one thing I talk about, and it sums up every other thing. Communication is very key. Giving time and communication and being patient, those three things, like I said, they are the basics. Okay, so moving on, I was genuinely interested in that friend of yours. Yes. Mm. Yes. I know it's not easy to be talking to so many people at the same time, because personally, I must say it's not an easy one, but you can if you value, because a lot of you feel that, oh, I'm being bored, whereas the friendship you had already, you've not maintained them, and you're looking for more. But if you feel like starting anew, there's no problem. You are good to go. You can start anew. You don't need to beg for friendship. I don't beg for friendship, right? If those people come, beautiful. But yes, sometimes we have to be intentional to say, oh, this person is of value. That's why I told you that you have to personally be growing yourself, because there's nobody that wants to be friends with you if they don't think of one or two areas you can be helpful to them. We are humans and we are selfish, but being a child of God, being a Christian, I really do not look at that. I just feel that it mustn't be a give and take all the time. But, to an extent, this person may come to help you later or refer you in a way that you probably may not be aware about. I do coaching, right? And it's not everybody that have to, just put, oh, this person my friend, or if you're not paying for what I'm doing, then I'm not talking to you. No, no, no. We give value because we are people of value. I want personally want to give out value. I want to impart lives. I want to, make influence in a positive way, and so much more. Okay? Next thing I want to talk about is boundary. In building healthy friendship, boundary is paramount. You must be able to disclose to your friend or friends the things you do. Mm, yes, don't say, oh, they would know, when probably you didn't see. There's sometimes when you are doing your friendship or when you're having a conversation with your friends, you have to let them know that you are serious. It's not all the time you're laughing. Yes, I know communicating sometimes could look stringent, and then you want to rapport, you want to laugh, you want to go out, just bring that. But there's some things that you guys are being really sad and to talk about, and you want a person to know from everyone. How is that possible? It's not. So you must sit down and ask yourself, okay, is this person aware of this value of mine? Or probably I don't like to take late course, for example. Okay, and you're having this friend who always wants to do that. What would you do? What would you do? So you have to come to terms to understand, okay, is this something I can do? Is this something I want to break? This boundary with this person, or is something I don't want to do with anybody? You must be honest with yourself. People, whatever I'm giving here, there are practical things I've done, and I'm telling you to go see and evaluate and ask yourself, how do I, put myself in the shoe and become a better person? Okay, boundaries are very important. There are some places you don't go to let your friends know that, oh, I can't be here. In fact, if you're a person of value, your friends most of the times will align with the things you do. Except once in a while, probably you're busy or you'll be unavailable. You understand? So that's a different deal entirely. The next thing I would love to talk about, um, you must learn to be disciplined. Yes, boundary would not work if there is no discipline. You guys must be able to prioritize and say, okay, this time we're running out of time. We have probably work to meet up with or project to complete, and we have to stop doing A, B, and C. We have to go offline, or we have to leave this venue. We have to go home or return home. Do you understand? So these are some of the things you have to really look up to, like look at. You have to look at these things because they are really, really, really important. So discipline is very paramount. Understand that friendship comes with a lot of sacrifice. Mm. So communicating is a part of sacrifice. Giving your time is sacrifice, giving resources, gifting them, being patient with them. They are all sacrifices that you have to make. Sometimes you may have to spend time talking, having physical conversations, traveling together just to build much bond, okay, or better bonds. Do you understand about your friendship? Yeah. So there's some people that probably you may feel like, I'm not saying there's some person, that's why listening to the part where I'll talk about the types of friendship will be very important. You must learn to pray for your friendship. This is not a bad idea for me as a Christian. Praying about my friendship and for my friends is paramount. So praying for your friends, like every already established friends or childhood friends or people you just know, is a good one. Praying for people is a good thing already. But then deciding to pray intentionally for your friends just make it more sweet, make it better, because there are some things they may be going through that probably they may not be able to share with you at the moment. But your prayers will go a long way to helping them. Because where I am, I know that there are people out there who are always praying for me, who are always, like, oh, Coach Favorites, God, please strengthen her, please help her, and I just know there are people that I know there's a knowing there, and I also do same for people. So please, you must pray for your friends. And then if you're thinking about becoming friends with some other people, especially in a much more intimate way, you must be very discerning and you must pray about it also. Okay. Another thing I need to really address here is that I've had friends say, I'm the one always starting up first, I'm the one always reaching out, I'm the one always calling. For me personally, I think yes, it raises concern, but you can always be the person taking the first move. But have you addressed that? You're complaining to me or to other people that you're always taking the first move. Have you spoken to that your friend about it? That, see, I don't like this thing. I'm always the one, reaching out first. And if the person after some time still continues, then you can decide what you want to do with your friendship or the relationship with the person. I'm not here to judge you, tell you stop the friendship or end the friendship. No, I'm just giving you tips on how to build a friendship and even sustain and take it from a 50 to probably a 90. And I'm sure this would help, because every single thing I did here, or I'm telling you, there are things that I've tried out personally and it has been working so beautifully. Okay, so another thing I would advise finally is that for your friendship, please learn to plan, learn to have healthy discussions, have goals, have things you are looking at reaching. Don't just be there and just be talking, just think, how you doing, how was the night, what did you eat? No, now, have goals, have plans. Okay, so thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you once again. I love you so much. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Yes, give me your feedback. Let me know that you watch. What was the thing that stood out very well for you? What do you want to see more? Should I talk about the types of friendship? I would really appreciate your feedback. I want to see that, oh yes, these people got me and they enjoyed my video. Thank you. Bye.